Captain Planet. This Brickhead is a MOC by sharle. He released it on Rebrickable in February 2022 for $1. His MOC consists of 173 parts. If you want to get all pieces by Lego, it might get a bit pricey. So I decided to get my bricks from various Chinese companies. Well, actually, not all. These bricks are Lego bricks. I just didn't get those eyes and one by one bricks by a Chinese company, so I bought them from Lego. But everything else is by different Chinese companies. Different companies means that also the quality differs. For example, have a look at these plates here, or this 2x4 plate. It's just amazing. There isn't any visible injection point on the studs. Only on one of the sides we got the small point here. Or these 1x2 plates. There's just a tiny injection point on one of the studs. This is really great. And I think this 1x2 plate doesn't have an ejection point on the stud at all. It must be on one of the sides. That's really cool. But there are also these ugly bricks. This 2x3 plate has got this huge injection crater on one of the studs, or this 2x2 brick also got a quite visible injection hole on one of the studs. And I'm not a fan of these ugly injection craters. That's nothing I like to see. But the completed build will be covered with those tiles here. And so we won't be able to see any of the studs anyway. Well, Captain Planet was one of my childhood heroes. I really loved to watch that series. It was so much fun. But I fear if I had the opportunity to rewatch it nowadays, I would be quite underwhelmed. It is a bit trashy. You really see that it was made in the early 90s, and I don't think that kids nowadays would still love the series. I mean, it's a blue superhero with a green mullet. It's just crazy. Well, let's have a short look at the instructions. This is quite unusual. sharle started the instructions with this inventory list. Normally, we would find this list at the end of building instructions, but in this case, he decided to put them in front. I guess he did this so people can see in the beginning which bricks they are going to need. But this doesn't matter. I don't care if it's in front or in the back. Yeah, and then everything starts quite normal with step 1. Okay, then for now I'm going to wallow in memories about this cool series, and yeah, then I'm going to combine the forces of Earth, fire, wind, water, and love, and hopefully I can summon Captain Planet. Step 9. This is annoying. The order from China is missing one of those brick modifieds. And this is quite an important brick in this build. So I'm going to get one of those bricks from Bricklink, but that means I will have to wait several days until I can continue this build. 3 days later. The parcel with the missing brick modified and some pieces I need for other projects has arrived today. Our build uses so few bricks that I could count every single one of them before placing the Bricklink order, and I didn't notice any other piece missing, so we should be able to continue the build without further interruption now. Step 22. we have built different segments. So we got this segment with these two 1x2 slopes in red, and this segment with these four 1x1 slopes in blue, and this green segment. As you can see, this segment here, the red slopes, have the same shape as this segment here. It's just inverted. That means we can fit this segment on top of the other one. But these two segments aren't interlocked. So to keep it from moving upwards, we now place the green segment on top of the whole thing like this. So the green segment is interlocked with these two 1x1 brick modifieds in gray, but it's just interlocked with the lower segment. But at least the middle segment can't move upwards any longer. But to keep it from moving sideways, we now connect this 2x2 tile in yellow on top of the lowest segment, like this. And now the segment in the middle still isn't interlocked with any other segment, but it's kept from moving in all directions. Step 45. I'm closing Captain Planet's skull right now, and I just wanted to mention that I think it's very fitting that his brain has got a green color, unlike the Lego minifigures with their pink-colored brains. Step 64. The build is complete. Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. So, here is a little feller, and he really looks amazing. Sharle has done a great job. Look at all these details, especially his mullet. His hair is done with all those 1x1 slopes, and this really looks great. That's an amazing green mullet. It's so cool. And also that this one lock is falling into the face of Captain Planet. And he got green eyebrows. It's so cool. This guy is always wearing his quite odd looking shirt with this yellow circular thing in front. This is his logo. We will come back to this later. Then, we got his hands here. He's wearing his red boots. That's so cool. And still, the building technique that I found the most interesting is the one below this yellow 2x2 tile. How these slopes are placed on each other. That's a really cool way to build something. That was fun to do. Huh? Can I refit it again? So, this is a great build, but we are not finished yet with it. When we have a look at Charles' Rebrickable page, you can see that Captain Planet has his logo on this yellow tile here. And well, if you want to have this logo too, you can contact Charles, and I guess he will send you one of his stickers which he has bare. At least that's what he says in his in the description of his build. But what I did is I simply printed Captain Planet's logo on one of on one 2x2 tile. I'm not a fan of stickers, so I went with a print. I had to recreate a logo, and you might see that the lines of latitude and longitude differ from my print to Sharle's sticker, but well, it's also in the series that from one scene to another scene, the amount of lines differ. I guess the guys who draw Captain Planet just sometimes were a bit lazy, or the whole scene or Captain Planet was too small in that scene, and so they just didn't draw all of the lines. I went with more lines because I think it looks better, but that's just my taste. It's just a matter of taste what you prefer. Well, then let me change this tile to this tile now. Okay, we have added the tile with the globe and it really looks cool. But we are still not done. What I want to do next is add a base. So Lego Brickheads all have these these bases here, and they are built like this. So this is very easy to recreate. We just need these 4 plates and tiles here, and yeah, I will do that really quick, and then we can place Captain Planet on his own base, and then finally the build is really complete. Alright, I have completed the base, and now it's time to place Captain Planet on it. Ta-da! Yeah, this is really cool. Thanks to the plate, the base, we can place Captain Planet now next to other brickheads. He just looks like he belongs there. This is cool. So, if you also want to build this Captain Planet brickhead, I recommend not to use Lego bricks because this might get very expensive. I think when I looked it up, for some reason all the bricks on Bricklink that I needed would have costed me 60 euros or something. It was really expensive. So I recommend that you use China bricks or bricks from China. I paid about 7 euros for all the bricks by different Chinese companies. If you are afraid that you will get problems with the colors, that they might be too different because of being produced by different companies, then simply use Go bricks. Then you should have the same quality like with Lego bricks, but still you only have to pay a fragment of the Lego price. I really like this set and this MOC, and I will place it on my shelf next to all the other brickheads. Captain Planet, he's my hero.